Peace, everybody. This is Marwan, the writer, poet, Chicagoan, and I have a positive mentality right now. You see, every day, every day, all day, any given day, the most gruesome atrocities are going down somewhere on planet Earth. Somebody's getting robbed, somebody's getting killed, somebody's going to prison, somebody's getting life in prison, somebody's going into foreclosure, somebody's losing their job, somebody's dying from cancer, somebody's dying from tuberculosis, heart failure, kidney failure, heart transplants, liver transplants, somebody's starving in poverty, children in countries in America, Africa, Asia are going without food, starving. So things could be a lot worse than they are. I could get on here and complain, oh, I wasn't able to make $40 today to fulfill my egotistical personal desires, to flauge and to boast and flex my intellectual prowess of planning the future. But long ago, many years ago, I discovered that no one on planet Earth can never plan the future. Whether men can't do it, regardless of what your plan is, the opposite will happen. So I use this principle, to my advantage. In word, I would say this will happen, but in the back of my mind, I knew the opposite would happen. That's how the world is. See, this world we're living in, and Tupac in the song he did with Bone, Thug Love, he say, this is God's prison. The world is a prison, and we're made to suffer. Even the birth of a child is gruesome pain and suffering. We're made to go through agony and torture. We're made to fail on this planet. All the money you make, all the things you acquire, all the wealth will be gone. You will lose it. You will lose it all. It's inevitable. The best way to lose is to give. You know you're going to lose the money. Just give it away. Donate to charity. You know, do something righteous with it. Otherwise, you'll just be dead, broke, with no good deeds stored up. No treasures stored in heaven. Because you was petty and selfless. You tried to hold on to the money. Hold on to the resources, the materialism, as long as you can. But eventually you will die. Your body will deteriorate into dust, maggots, slime. It will decompose into the earth. And somebody else will indulge and enjoy your treasures, your materialism. You can never take it with you. The pharaohs tried to bury the tombs filled with gold and rubies and treasures. And thousands of years later, the tombs were raided and somebody else is indulging. The British Museum is making trillions and billions off of your treasures. Somebody's suffering right now. A lot worse than you. Somebody's a lot poorer and broker than you. Somebody's a lot ill and older in a worse situation as you. Some people are born with physical impediments and ailments, deformities. Their whole life is agony. Some people are burning, flames, tortured. Atrocities happen non-stop all over planet Earth. California is getting burnt up to the crisps. The South, the coastal regions, hurricanes, floods, tornadoes, earthquakes. The animals are killing each other, eating each other. The earth is pain and misery and torture. You can't get around it. You're here to suffer. The crimes you committed, the crimes that you committed that made you a prisoner on earth, you gotta do your time and then you leave. This is temporary agony. temporary torture. Some of us have it a little bit easier than others, but the better you have it, the worse it'll feel when you lose it. It's best to be poor, because you'll never know what it feels like to lose a fortune and to suffer with the regular common people, eating with the peasants when you was just a king. Slavery, life is slavery. The blacks was on high, kings and queens all over earth, and they was reduced to slaves, because earth is hell. Earth is a prison. Life is torture. Life is agony. There is somebody right now doing thousands of times worse than you, millions of times worse than you. All throughout history, throughout the history of planet Earth, you had mass exoduses due to the fact that people couldn't eat food. The children of Israel went to Egypt because they had no food to eat. You see, America is being bombarded with immigrants because they're fleeing their countries for whatever reason. Economic reasons, probably no food. Ain't no telling why they're leaving. You know, houses been destroyed due to natural disasters. You don't have the protection from hurricanes. People in the regions such as Honduras, Mexico, they're tired of being destroyed by hurricanes. They want the protection of the central region of America. They're tired of rebuilding every year. Ain't no telling why they're coming, but they're coming. Ain't no stopping the influx into this region. And when America is destroyed, you're gonna have people from America fleeing to other countries, other continents, fleeing in millions, by the millions, when this country is destroyed. This is the natural order of things. All those who dwell on planet Earth must suffer. They must go through agony, torture, learn their lesson. It's all about this. It's all about righteousness, altruism. Once you learn the truth about the purpose of your suffering and trials, your pain will be relieved. People don't understand. They hold on to their misery, their selfishness, their pride and egos, and all that does is prolong your suffering, prolong your prison. You see, in jail, they allow you to leave early for good behavior. If you've proven and shown that you learned your lesson and repented, it will cut short your time and release you back into the earth many years sooner than otherwise, if you'd have just been arrogant, egotistical, foolish, and never repented from your wicked, evil crimes that led you to planet Earth. The pain that you must endure. You can't go through life without enduring suffering and pain. This is the element. This is the essence of what this world is all about. And we witness this in the animal kingdom. The predators feeding on the weaker animals, feeding, eating, killing, non-stop. The little animals eat the bugs, consume the bugs, terrorize the bugs, and then the predator come and consume them. It's non-stop killing, destroying and suffering. And that's to demonstrate to us what this world is all about. We observe the animal kingdom, the predator, the lions, the hyenas, the cheetahs, the hogs. It's just killing. The insects even kill, the spiders, the locusts, the mantises, the snakes. They all kill, they hunt, they destroy. It's violence. This life is violent. Misery. The flesh must consume. The flesh must eat. The flesh must be satisfied. And the flesh has no moral compass. It's up to the soul of the individual to choose how it pleases and satisfies the flesh, the blob that we call the flesh, this skin. See what I'm saying? This nastiness, it's evil. The flesh is wicked. See what I'm saying? This flesh is a monster. This flesh is a monster. This flesh must be satisfied. This flesh must be fed. You must eat animals. You must rob and kill and destroy civilizations. You must conquer in order to feed these fleshes, these bodies, these American bodies that has such an appetite. They don't care how they're fed. They go down to the southern region of South America, rob them of their food supply, rob them of their people to get their resources, to feed these blobs, these American blobs. America is a big blob, a big virus spreading all over the planet Earth, consuming resources, leaving bones like a snake, swallowed a whole body and just regurgitated the bones and the slime and just left, looking for another carcass, a victim, looking for more victims to destroy, to rob, to eat, to consume. This is what I realized about planet Earth. Somebody's a victim at all times. Somebody's being victimized. Also, somebody's enjoying, somebody's being satisfied, somebody's being blessed. You know, it's a double-edged sword. The most unimaginable pleasures is going down right now. Somebody is gaining a lot of money, a lot of resources, a lot of food. They're getting the blessing showered to them. On the other end of the spectrum, somebody's getting the worst possible atrocities going down. People being sold into slavery in Libya, in America, prostitution, molestation, kidnapping, victims, harvesting of the organs, police brutality, murdering, killing blacks, torturing the weak blacks. We're like the victim. The predator loves the victim, squealing and cowering, crying about why you're being victimized, instead of just turning around and destroying and preying on the predator. The predator is a prey also. The predator only looks for those who's afraid. The adrenaline, the chase, the hunt. If you don't want to be the victim, you gotta be the hunter. Kill or be killed. You're either the predator or the prey. If you don't want to be the prey to the so-called white man, so-called police, you must prey. You must devour. You must be just as vicious or even more vicious as the vicious brutalizer, the tyrant. You must put an end to the tyranny using the tactics of the tyrant. Otherwise, this blob will consume you into oblivion. You will be absolutely destroyed by this blob called America. That's all I gotta say about this. America is a blob. A blob. America is a big nasty blob that must be destroyed.